A very good morning to all my students. Today we are going to discuss the poetic form of ode. Ode is one of the longer forms of lyric and is written to celebrate a person, thing, or place. For example, Ode to a Nightingale, as the name suggests, it is a philosophical rumination celebrating the beauty of nightingales' songs. All these presentations have already been shared in PDF format in your group, so you can use it as study material also. Now we are going to have a look at the characteristics of ode. So ode is generally a very long poem, and a very common figure of speech that is used in ode is apostrophe, in which a character or speaker addresses someone who is absent. Now, ode is very philosophical in nature and it is also very formal, where a very elaborate and complex stanza form is followed. The style is also elevated. The odes can be divided into three categories: Pindaric ode or regular ode, Horatian ode or homostrophic ode, and irregular ode. So we are going to discuss all these three types one by one, starting with Pindaric ode. Pindaric ode is also known as regular ode, and it was invented by Pindar, an ancient Greek poet who lived during the 5th century BC. Now, this form is highly ceremonious in nature and very formal in structure. Uh, the stanza is divided, each stanza is divided into three units: the strophe, antistrophe, and epode. Now, strophe and antistrophe, they are identical in form, and epode is different. Um, these poems were written to be performed on stage by chorus. Therefore, these three parts, they correspond to the movement of the chorus to one side of the stage and to the other, and they pause mid-stage to deliver the epode. One of the finest examples of Pindaric ode is Ode on Intimations of Immortality from Recollections of Early Childhood, written by William Wordsworth. Now, the other form of ode is Horatian ode. It was invented by the Latin poet Horace. Horace simplified the structure of stanzas. Uh, all the stanzas in a Horatian ode are similar in structure with respect to the number of lines, meter, and rhyme, and they do not follow the complex structure that we studied for the Pindaric ode. One of the most famous masters of the Horatian ode was John Keats. Keats has written many odes like Ode on a Grecian Urn to Autumn and Ode to a Nightingale, uh, following the structure of the Horatian ode. Now, the last form of ode is irregular ode. This form was developed in England in the 17th century. It is more emotional and personal in nature. And why it is called irregular ode? Because it does not follow any particular rhyme scheme or structure. William Wordsworth and John Keats mastered this form of ode. One of the examples of irregular odes is Ode to the West Wind by P.B. Shelley. Okay, so this is so now we have come to the end of this topic ode. We will be meeting very soon with other forms of poetry. So have a good day. Thank you.